that, we're gonna move on to maybe a more blistering topic in the NFL world. I know it happened a little while ago, but I mean, it's still pretty fresh. And so I mean, Tom Brady, how many championships does he have? With six or is it five?
So, sounds. I think about
Yeah,
six or five, something like that.
he has a ridiculous amount of Vince Lombardi trophies just chilling in his
It's
room,
the
right?
Michael Jordan of the
Yeah,
NFL.
yeah. I mean, is the arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. Played many. You know what? Let me. Well, fuck it. He played. His entire career thus far in New England, and I mean, there was reports that he might be leaving New England, but I don't think anybody really thought that a possibility until it actually happened. And so, Tom Brady signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's your first reaction?
I think he has nothing to gain from playing in New England, and I think that's why he left. It's very cold there. I mean, who retires and goes to New England? I mean,
Yeah,
I think Brady's got at least two more decent seasons. He didn't really wow me last year. He obviously didn't go very far in the playoffs, so I couldn't see him doing too much more, but he's got some deadly wide receivers, and he obviously got Gronk back, so that'll be ridiculous. I think Brady going to the Buccaneers is probably the best move he could have made, just based off of like weather, uh, even like nice places to stay or whatever. I think he did it purely for retirement purposes, because a lot of people like to retire in Florida.
yeah. Well, I mean, he made a statement and he said like he just absolutely loves Tampa Bay, and I mean, I would too. I mean, it's sunny and he's been in that New England just cold, harsh weather for the last 15, 16, 17 years, and he's going to get a little bit break, and I think that's also that's an important factor for him. And you see a lot of memes about Jameis Winston, not when he was there. And so what do you think about the Buccaneers just kind of dropping him, and do you think he'll get picked up as an in like a starting role or maybe a backup role with another team?
Well, I think it's kind of crazy that New Orleans picked him up. I
Oh,
think
they
that's kind of
did.
wild. Yeah. So he's going to be behind basically Taysom Hill and Drew Brees right now. I think Jameis Winston was ridiculous in college, and I remember this because I could not stand the man. He was he had a great college career. He won the Heisman Trophy, and then he comes to Tampa Bay and really just didn't show out. I don't think he really played his potential. Obviously, last year with all the interceptions, it was crazy, but he was putting up numbers even with all those interceptions. I've heard that he has very bad eyesight and that he got LASIK or whatever. So if he lights up, I could see him panning out to be a very good quarterback. But in the long run, as of late, I don't think this man is gonna even win the starting job over Taysom Hill
Okay.
when Breeze is gone.
Okay. And I'm going to transition into my next point. And we talked about it a little bit, but Rob Gronkowski retires after the Super Bowl win in what was it, 2018. And so the entire 2019 season goes by. We don't see any Gronk. He makes statements talking about how he doesn't want to play football anymore. People asking questions, are you coming back? He's like, no, man, I'm retired. Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay, and Rob Gronkowski, like that, is out of retirement, gets traded from the Patriots to the Buccaneers for, I mean, really absolutely nothing. And so what's your reaction to seeing Rob Gronkowski, who contradicts himself, comes out of retirement just like that when he hears Tom Brady's moving out of New England?
Almost right when I saw that Tom Brady was leaving, I was thinking, I think Gronk's gonna follow this man. I like Gronk and Tampa Bay go together Gronk and Florida go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh yeah.
Gronk is a party animal, and Florida is basically all that. I don't think the New England Patriots have much value coming out of him, even if they hold on to him. I could see them getting a little bit more, but I think Gronk going to Tampa Bay was almost like a rite of passage right when Brady was traded.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't believe. I'm surprised though that he came out of retirement after all the things he said about concussions and like how his body was being worn down. But that's also another thing. He played in New England and it is freezing there. Like half of the games, like the field is covered in snow, so it can't be easy to play there when you're an older guy. Your joints are stiff, and stiff joints in cold weather does not go together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I as well was surprised when he did that, because like I think, you know, one thing I respect about Rob Gronkowski, a little bit off topic, is he's smart with his money. He's lived off endorsements his entire career, and he's saved his entire salary, and he's made some pretty, fat stacks during his NFL salary that he's just got all saved up in the bank. And when he talked about retiring early because of the CTE concerns, concussions, I respected that. I was like, okay, man, like you're doing what's good for you. Obviously you want to hold your kids when they're born, and I respected him, and I still respect him regardless, that he's coming back. But it was when I first heard the reports that Rob Gronkowski might be coming out of retirement. I talked with my dad about it. I was like, "There's absolutely no way this man comes out." I mean, the stuff he said about coming back to football, just in the past year. I mean, there's no way he comes back. And then I open my phone up and I see the ESPN report: Rob Gronkowski traded to the Buccaneers. He's gonna play. And I was like, "Oh!" I mean, my first reaction was, "Oh my God!" Like he's going against everything that he's said in the past year.
Yeah, and like he's also a big endorser of like CBD and like all like the medicine concerns in the NFL. And I think I did not see him coming back, and like just like as of late, like with all the things he's been saying about the NFL. Yeah. And I'm surprised that it's gone as smoothly as it has for him.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely kind of expected some backlash just from like the community that hates football. I don't know. Is there a community? I mean, there's definitely people who there's definitely people who advocate for better healthcare in football and to monitor concussions and CTE. And I think I was expecting to read at least one article or at least one tweet saying, "Oh, what the hell is Gronk doing coming back? He said this, he said that, and he's going to kill himself playing football." But I read nothing. I read nothing of the sorts, and everything seemed to be supportive of his return to football, which was also a little bit surprising for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I did not see him coming back, but I feel like him, Brady, Godwin, and Evans is going to be a lethal duo in Tampa Bay. And they kind of a little bit remind me of the Browns last year, but can't go too much into that.